Jade, we've probably both heard the saying that people leave, managers don't leave organisations. And that rings true. I think that's very simple, very, very simple. In terms of people leaving organisations, and obviously, you as an organisation, you're probably monitoring that and looking at staff turnover. What's generally your experience if somebody's not feeling they're in the right place, or the manager's not supportive? They love their job. They're competent at it. They feel that they've got the knowledge and the skills to do their work. It's just that either the team environment or the culture isn't right. Yeah. Because such a large organisation, and many other organisations, they've got the right ethos, but sometimes you're in mini teams and it's just not working for you. Any sort of suggestions, advice, and sort of experiences that you want to share with us?
Yeah. So I think I keep coming back to the circle of influence. So start with your circle of influence. Yeah. What is in your control, and what isn't? So in some of the examples that you've just used, is it that you could, I think quite a lot of things can get fixed by just having quite an open and honest conversation. Yeah. So is it that you could share with your manager or your colleague or your peer or your teammates or whoever it might be that you've got that kind of challenge with? Can it start with an honest conversation? This is how I'm currently feeling. These are the observations I've had. Is there opportunity for me to create a bit of space, and could I lead on that rather than be micromanaged? Or is there an opportunity for me to get involved in this because I feel quite stagnated with what I'm doing at the moment? Whatever the challenge might be, I think always start with, if you can have an honest conversation with people. It's tricky if you can't, because that circle of influence then gets smaller and smaller. But some of the strategies that I've used in the past is then, well, who else have I got in my network that I could go and have that conversation with? If I don't feel like I could have it with my direct line manager, is there another manager in the organisation that I could go and have a conversation with? Is there somebody outside of the organisation that I could have a bit of a coaching conversation with and learn some tips and tricks to kind of come and try again? But ultimately it comes into what you want out of your job, your work environment, your career. What can you influence? And sometimes we have to make tough decisions. I'm not for 1 minute advocating that everybody suddenly goes and resigns and leaves their job, but that there comes a point where the best decision for sometimes individuals is to go and do something new or different or work somewhere else. And I personally have made those calls in the past, and it's been absolutely the right decision.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.